Ohio. Hello from Florida. Wow. This is so exciting, everyone. Welcome to the Digital Fundraising Summit. This is our fourth annual one. I'm so excited that you're joining us. And we are going to get started. So just to kick off, I'm sure you already see in the chat, there's tons of people on, and we would love to hear from you. Where are you from? And we would also love to hear any special talents of yours, because we're doing our nonprofit performance showcase later. We're going to see tons of really cool talents and skills. So we'd love to hear from you as well. So throughout all of our conversations today, we would love to engage with you in the chat. So feel free to put your questions, comments, concerns in there. Any pressing questions you want one of our speakers or panelists to answer, put those in the Q&A pane. That will be the easiest way for us to keep track of all of those questions, because as you can see, the chat goes pretty fast. So again, welcome to the fourth annual Digital Fundraising Summit. Getting started today, and let's get the show on the road. Awesome. We have some of our panelists joining from our next discussion. All right. So my name is Candace. I run content and education here at CauseVox, and I'll be one of your hosts for our Digital Fundraising Summit. So over the last 6 years, I've spent all of my time working with nonprofits, helping them get up and running with digital fundraising. I've gotten the opportunity to really spend the majority of my time in the last year really focusing on creating content and educational materials that are really helpful for nonprofits to get up and running with digital marketing and digital fundraising. So that's really been my primary focus. It's been a joy to work with organizations all over the world, and thousands of them. And yeah, I'd love to also welcome Jenna, my wonderful co-host.
Thanks, Candace. Welcome, everyone. I am Jenna, as Candace had said, and my role at CauseVox is customer support. I've been with the team for over a year now. I actually joined right at the start of everything last year in March. And so it's been a really wild ride so far, but it's been so much fun. I've been able to really work with all of our organizations just to get them up and running seamlessly to start raising funds with less effort on CauseVox. So I've gotten to see, a lot of fundraising, peer-to-peer crowdfunding and straight donation forms just really excel on our platform. So yeah, it's been a great time. My fun fact that I mentioned earlier was that I am a part of like the social dance culture, like, a little bit of swing, salsa, tango. That's my deal.
Nice. Thank you so much, Jenna. And I forgot to mention my fun fact now. I do martial arts. So that is a thing that I've been doing for the last 2 years. It's been really fun to do it. And so, yeah, again, would love to hear from all of you about your special skills and talents. All right. Today's Digital Fundraising Summit, or really both days Digital Fundraising Summit, is brought to you by CauseVox. Jenna, would you like to tell us more about CauseVox?
Sure. So on CauseVox, you can really just get up and running with no clunk, no complex systems, no contracts. We just really tidy up all of your digital fundraising so you can run everything under one roof with us. So you can have modernized donation forms that can help you convert more donors quicker. They're easily embeddable onto your website. They're also used in connection with your crowdfunding and peer-to-peer sites. So you can really modernize your donations that way. And then also, as I had mentioned, you can run crowdfunding. So just spinning up those branded crowdfunding sites that can have stats like impact metrics, activity metrics to track activity if you're doing a specific event, of course, your fundraising thermometer. These can all be easily shared to social media. And then peer-to-peer, of course. So if you want to just incorporate that social share aspect where you can get your friends and families to fundraise on your behalf, your key supporters. We have seen organizations raise more than twice the amount of funds using peer-to-peer. And so we can help you do that in a really hands-off way. So self-service peer-to-peer on CauseVox. And then finally, ticketing, which we've just launched this year. We're really excited to be able to allow you to incorporate ticketing so that can run in connection with your crowdfunding and peer-to-peer to sell additional tickets. It can be used for raffles. It can be used for, so more like events if you're doing tournaments or galas. Really just an easy way to incorporate ticketing into your next event.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Jenna, for sharing more about CauseVox. Again, we're a digital fundraising platform that helps you raise more with less effort. So if you are interested in learning more about CauseVox at any point in time, you can always schedule a demo and we can work with you one-on-one, or we are going to be doing a live demo tomorrow, so you can join us for that session. All right, so back to the good stuff. I wanted to really just position what this Digital Fundraising Summit is all about this year. So a few months back, I ran a survey to our audience of over 70,000 nonprofits, and some of you who are here today, I'm sure, responded. And so one of the questions was, what is your biggest challenge as a nonprofit professional at the moment? And the number one most common answer I saw was growing fundraising. And the number two was limited time and resources. And so kind of looking at all the data and really hearing from nonprofits from all over the world like yourselves, this really resonated with me. It looks like both of these things are really intimately connected. So if you don't have the time and resources to invest in growing fundraising, it all kind of works together. So what our summit is about this year is really being able to equip you, the small but mighty nonprofit fundraiser or marketer, to really grow through digital strategies so that you can do more with less time and limited time and resources. So we've created this Digital Fundraising Summit with you in mind. The small to medium-sized teams that are really trying to grow in this digital first world that we're all still kind of adapting to. I think a lot of us have over the last year, but there's still so much to grow when it comes to digital and ways that you can actually use digital to make your job easier, and so that you have more time to get back into investing in your relationships with your donors and just overall strategy. So that is what the Digital Fundraising Summit is all about this year. So I wanted to set this up by going over the digital fundraising cycle. So if you joined us last year, this is probably familiar to you. And this is a pretty common idea when it comes to just marketing in general. But it's really looking at how you can sustainably grow your organization by attracting more people to your nonprofit online. So whether that means using search engine optimization or digital marketing strategies to just broaden your audience and bring in more people who will, in turn, hopefully give you their email address or follow you on social media or take some kind of action to let you know that they're interested. And then you have the opportunity to then use your email marketing, your social media to really nurture those people who have said that they're interested, so that you can educate them on your organization. And then hopefully once they are in your group of supporters who follow you, you then have the opportunity to convert them. So whether that be just through your donation form on your website, an event, anything that you can do to really get them to take an action and hopefully make a donation to your organization. And then this whole process repeats, because you don't want to just get in new donors to your organization. You want to keep them for the long run. So you want to continue nurturing your audience so that you can continue to grow fundraising online. So that's why we really look at digital marketing and digital fundraising as one and the same. They're two sides of the same coin, because they're really intimately connected in helping you sustainably grow your fundraising online. And so that's also going to be a huge theme of the summit. So I want to take a minute. We have so many awesome sponsors this year. This is so cool. And so I want to take a minute to say thank you to all the sponsors. A lot of you who are joining have joined for free today. It is free to attend the summit live. And that is because we have these amazing sponsors who have covered the cost for you. So a huge shout out and huge thank you to our sponsors. I wanted to first shout out Next After. Next After helps nonprofits grow their digital fundraising by combining the perpetual learning of a fundraising research lab, the practical application of a digital first agency, and the rigorous instruction of a training institute. Their mission is to decode what works in digital fundraising and equip nonprofits to unleash the most generous generation in the history of the world. So that's a pretty awesome mission. They have amazing services. If you're interested, feel free to check them out. And we're going to actually hear from Nathan at Next After later. So you're going to get to hear from him. He's absolutely brilliant. Cool. And then I think we want to shout out one more, Jenna. Do we have time? All right, let's save the next shout out for a little bit later. I want to get you all up to speed on our a few things here. So a few housekeeping items. Let me go ahead, change to the next slide. Okay, so if you haven't already, you can still purchase a VIP pass. What you get with the VIP pass is all of the notes and recordings of all of the sessions. So in case you miss anything, you can still access it later on. And so VIP passes are only $45, and those will be available again throughout the summit. You're also going to get an awesome resource package full of discounts and free resources and free consultations. That will be in your email later today and also in the follow-up email following the summit. So you can take advantage of all of these awesome resources to help you accomplish more with with limited budgets. Really. We're going to also be doing some really exciting giveaways. So keep that in mind throughout the day. We're going to be doing some giveaways of wine. We have a half case of wine that's going to go out to one of our amazing registrants today. That's going to be right at the end of the day in the closing session. So we'll do that then. And we also have Nomi Network that are going to be joining us later to share more about their products and give away a few tote bags. So keep that in mind. If you want a free VIP pass, we are giving them away when you invite 10 nonprofit professional friends. So we have this promo package for you. I can put that in the chat in a little bit if you're interested, if you want to share with 10 friends, and then I will keep an eye out and get you your free VIP pass. All right, so let's go over our schedule for today for day one. So day one is digital marketing for nonprofit growth. So we're going to be really focusing on most of those attract and nurture stages of the digital fundraising cycle that we just mentioned. So let's take a look at some of our upcoming sessions. So right now we're going to be wrapping it up in 2 minutes and handing it over for the 2021 Nonprofit Communication Strategy Panel Discussion hosted by Matt Gayer, Co-Executive Director at Catalog for Philanthropy. And so I see everyone's on. I'm really excited to get that started. After that, stay on and you are going to hear about nonprofits hitting home runs with the $10,000 a month Google ad grant from Grant Hensel, CEO of Nonprofit Megaphone. They are the experts on this. You're gonna be really in for a treat and some really great information. I know he did a similar session with us 2 years back and it was really, really fantastic. So you're in for a treat there. From 11:05 to 11:50, you're gonna hear from Julia Campbell on how you can convert social media fans and followers into donors and long-term supporters. And that is going to be an amazing session. So I'm really excited that you get to hear from her. She really is a nonprofit social media expert, kind of the best in the business. So yeah, and then after that, you are going to hear from Nathan Hill, Vice President of Marketing at Next After, on nonprofit value proposition, 4 ways to help donors understand why they should give, so that when you can communicate why someone should give, they are more likely to actually do so. Tons of things later. We have some lunch breakout rooms. We'll come back to these in a bit. Later this afternoon, you're going to hear from Eric Linson, head of demand generation at Community Boost, on key growth strategies you can steal from the most innovative organizations in the world. So really just driving up that nonprofit growth. And then we're also going to hear from Jeremy about how you can automate your workflows and save time and accomplish more. And then once we're all a little bit tired, we're going to hear about nonprofit burnout and how you can cope with it from Kelly McLaughlin, who is a fantastic individual giving coach. We have a 15-minute wellness session. So we're going to lead you through some mindfulness tips and strategies and exercises during that time. And then our last main session for today, you're going to hear about how you can use video to engage your audience at events. This is from Rain Bennett, who's a documentary filmmaker and storytelling coach, and he is a fantastic speaker. So I'm really excited about him. He's actually going to be a TEDx speaker this year. So I'm really excited to have Rain on. We're going to do a few closing remarks and our giveaways, and then we're going to gear up for our nonprofit performance showcase. So excited. So I won't go into all the details of day two. Day two is really focused on growing with digital fundraising strategies. You'll get all of this in email. You should have already gotten the schedule in email, but I'm going to be sending another one later today so that you can take a look at the full schedule.